On today's segment is Andy Simon, corporate anthropologist, author, president, and CEO of Simon Associates Management Consultants. Today's topic is how to reverse a business slump. Thank you for being with us. Competition has been around since the caveman. What are some ways that a corporate anthropologist such as yourself can help businesses make their competition irrelevant today?
You know, we get many client calls, and they're all trying to determine how to separate their brand from the rest. It doesn't matter whether they're shower heads and they're competing against major megaliths in the industry, or they're selling sink and plumbing supplies. There's a lot of competition going after the same customers. So what we try to do is use anthropological methods, theories, and tools, observational research, culture probes, and so forth, to begin to understand what's really going on, to influence a buyer's choice of one brand over another, and begin to rethink competition. We used to talk about outsmarting the competitor. Now it's how do I make them completely irrelevant? So some of the things that we do in anthropology is to ask clients to rethink their strategy. Are you really trying to compete them? They go to the same trade shows, they begin to look at what others are doing and mimic them? Or are you really adding value in an innovative way to differentiate yourself in some big fashion?
Should you pay attention to what your competitors are doing?
Well, we would say no. What we would say is pay attention to how your product and services or solutions are being used, but really understand it, how people are buying it, searching for it, finding it, converting and buying it, and then being delighted about it. What you're really looking at now is an experience around that, not it by itself. Let me give you an illustration. We had a great client, and we're working with them still now, to help them build their cancer center. It's not a product. They had great doctors, and they thought their cancer center was as good as anyone's. So we began to experience it for them. We shopped them as on behalf of a friend who had developed prostate cancer. And we called all the hospitals in the market space in which they were working in. Now, this hospital had great doctors. It took 10 calls before they answered the telephone. We went to the other hospitals. It took 8 or 9 calls to answer the phone. Only one hospital system, Cancer Centers of America, which is unique in its own way, really understood how the experience could capture that patient or that customer. And they spent time on the phone with us, digging deeper into our being empathetic, wanting to know how they could help, and then passing us to somebody who was really becoming our navigator. I can only tell you that experientially, it was so different. Now, the care may have been the same, protocols may have been similar, evidence-based medicine may be quite identical, doctors may be good, but how are we packaging this? Now, this comes back to the competition. If you're thinking that your competition is other doctors who give good care, you're going to miss the whole package around how a customer, a patient experiences you. And it doesn't much matter if it's a formal product or if it's a service that you're providing, if it's in healthcare or it's plumbing supplies. Today's consumer, B2B or B2C, is buying experientially. They really always have been, but now we can understand it better.
Closing thoughts?
First, stop paying attention to them. Because if you're watching them all the time, then you're always trying to benchmark yourself against them. The second thing I like to do is tell people to go to trade shows that aren't in their industry. If you're going to make the competition irrelevant, you're going to have to see, feel, and think differently, both about your business, but about what's happening all around you. And anthropology will allow you to observe with fresh eyes what's really happening. And in doing so, you can add value in such different ways that experiencing you will be better than the rest, and nobody will look at the competition at all. That's how we make them irrelevant.
Thank you so much for sharing your insights today. And be sure to watch our full video series on how corporate anthropology can help your business.